This is a video to show you how to solve problem 7.64a. It says that a warehouse knows that 85% of orders are delivered on time. That means true P is 80.85. And then P hat is the proportion in a random sample. P hat is coming from 100 orders. Since we have 100 orders, N is 100. And we're trying to find out the chance that in a random sample that we'll get an order with a sample proportion between 0.81 and 0.88. And I'm drawing the true mean as 0.85 because we learned already that the mean of this normal distribution of all the outcomes for our sample, the mean or the center is at the true P. The standard deviation comes from square root of PQ over N. So we're trying to find what's the chance if I sample 100 orders that the percent that we're on time is somewhere between 81% and 88% we're on time. So let's go ahead and think about having two z-scores, and we need the area between them. So the first z-score has to come from P hat minus P over square root of PQ over N. So this one, Z1, will go with 0.81. The mean, or the true P, is 0.85. Notice the denominator is only associated with true P. Q always comes from 1 minus P, and we had a sample of 100. So in this story, Z1 is negative 1.12. If you're getting different values, make sure you do not do any rounding until the very end of the problem. Especially in proportion problems, when you're dividing by such small numbers, you'll get very different answers. So for example, the answer key that I'm looking at found, for example, just this piece, they have recorded all these digits in order to get the negative 1.12. Okay, now let's look at the other z-score. That's this z-score, which goes with this. So z2 comes from the same formula. Guess I'll write it again. Now we're using 0.88 minus 0.85. So the 0.88 is the only thing changing. We're still thinking out of 100 orders. This z-score turns out to be a 0.84. And so everything below z1, when we go to our normal table and look that up, that area below z1 is 0.1314, and then everything below z2 is the yellow plus the striped area that I've created. That whole area is an area of 0.7995. So the chance that Z is between those two values matches the chance that our sample proportion turns out between, sorry, I wrote this wrong. Our sample proportion turns out between a 0.81 and a 0.88. And that's going to be 7995 minus 1314. So our final answer is 0.6681. So in words, there's a 68.81% chance that if I go and take 100 people and sample, or 100 orders and sample them, the percent that were delivered on time is somewhere between 81% and 88% were delivered on time.